Alrighty then, let's get started. Hello again everyone, we are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to Starbound. So, I figure we will do today's stream. We will play with old Titanius here, because we don't want to get our regular Elephian series all confused and mixed up with things. So, I have this to show off, just to get things started. I think this is pretty cool. Unfortunately, my mech is not here, so we'll have to go up and investigate that, but just a little something I built in my spare time. It's kind of rough, but I like it. Hey there, everybody. Alright, so there's that. And now, we've got just a bit of exploration on the agenda for today. And also a little hinting at things that are coming in the near future. But let's go from this gentle start. Let's go to something a little bit more our speed. Let's see here. That's radioactive. That's frozen. Frozen's good enough for now, I guess. We'll kind of jump on over there. Give it a little hop, skip, and a jump. Alright. So let's see what mysteries are still out there in the vast depths of space. I mean, at this point, we found the USCM derelict ship. That took us a while. We found the Protectorate Vault. We found penguins. There's a few things I recall being told that we have not encountered yet. Like, there's apparently a USCM prison ship or something possibly out there and stuff of that nature, so we shall have to take a look. But, here's something new. This is from a mod that we'll be looking at in better detail later. This little Rebel light cruiser. I always love the idea of mods adding more space encounters. Hey there. Alright, let us dive on down. Alright, what awaits us today? Incidentally, in case you're wondering, the mod specifically that we are kind of looking at right now with this whole Rebel cruiser is the United Systems expansion. And of course, what you're also seeing here is this is the old XS Mech Theta. Quite nice, isn't it? Nice to have these things working as little modular mechs, which we'll actually be looking at in better detail later today in the regularly scheduled non-live programming. Yes, space mods indeed. Pretty cool, huh? I like the fact that this modular XS Mechs mod actually it gives all mechs legs. No more are they little stumpy things. Which is pretty cool. Also, these weapons seem to be pretty powerful, but then again, these are actually, I think, just vanilla weapons I'm using, but very, very strong weapons indeed. There are actually XS Mech weapons as well. At the very least, I recall seeing the gravity gun thingy, or gravity bomb, doohickamabob, and the laser sword. I think there's also a laser sword in just vanilla 1.3, but I do believe XS weapons are in fact in. And we'll look a little bit more at that in a moment, but let's slowly kill all these horrible, disgusting space monsters, and then go see what this Rebel cruiser has in store for us. Also, oh dear God. Killing me before I even got on camera. Sweet baby Jesus. Okay, well, these weapons are a little much. Little much indeed. They're not playing around. They're not playing around at all. Alright. Yeah. Okay. This is 1.3. Oh boy. This mod is not playing around. This is like Death Star quality destruction going on right here. Oh dear God. Alright. These are just a little bit too much, in my personal opinion. Oh, good. Oh dear. Well, At the very least, we weaken them, so there is that. But, I think those weapons might be a little bit much, in the sense that, mostly just in the sense that, that's true, they only shoot in... They have pretty good targeting, though. I think it's just they hit a little, maybe a little too hard, and they have a bit too much range on them. But other than that, yes, this is from the, oh dear, the United Systems expansion mod. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh wait, I don't actually have to fight all these things, I can just go in here. Well, that makes my life much nicer experience right there already. Excuse me. Probably should turn off admin mode as well, because I had that on right before starting this. Alright, turning admin mode off right now. Okay, there we go. I mean, we are around a frozen star, so the kid gloves are off, but I think that might be, personally, just a little on the overpowered side, perhaps. Though, the fact that with the XS Mechs mod, I can just kind of crouch in here and kill these things in that fashion is also perhaps mildly, arguably overpowered. I can't fit. Oh wait, there we go. Excuse me, gentlemen. There we go. Excuse me, citizen. Do you have a moment? USCM ID card. Don't know what that's going to be good for yet. Aim sound down. Yes. Yes, I can. There we go. Maybe I'll turn my own mic up a little bit as well. Just the gain on that. Just a touch. Just a little touch. There we go. I think that balances things a bit better. Maybe. Oh dear. Actually, you know what? That's probably still just a bit too much. Let's lower that down to 26. That'll probably be fine. Probably. There you go. Please die, cannon thingy. Alright. There we go. How deadly are these guns? Well, by themselves, the guns are actually not that bad, so... There we go, just kind of hop on the table here. I mean, they're not great. Also, I only have bandages instead of nano weave or anything more high tier, so that's potentially going to... Oh, hello. You had a pet of some kind. Oh, you actually released another turret. That's clever. Not clever enough, apparently, to save your life, but enough to cause a mild... Oh dear. Let's reconvene in a second there. There we go. Good thing we have all these bandages. Alright. So overall, very... I mean, the mod does explicitly state that it's intended for endgame, so I suppose I can't really be overly surprised if the monsters and things do immense volumes of damage here. Whoop. You have reasonable targeting, Mr. Computer Monster. But not good enough for me. Possibly. Maybe. A lot of rebels here. Well, at least it's giving us a bit of a challenge. There we go. Didn't even give you a chance to fire. Alright. Beautiful. Look at that crawling action right there. And we're not going down that way. Can I heal inside the mech? I cannot, unfortunately. I do have a lovely steam whistle horn, though, so there is that. Oh, dear. Alright. Just cheese them for a period of time, then just go back and heal. There we go. This is going to take a little while. But rest assured, we're not going down without a fight. There we go. Oh, kind of walked into that, didn't I? Oh my. Very They're not messing around. This is a very... You can tell this is a vessel that is kitted up for war. Oh dear. No, 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 no. Almost dead. Just about missed that. Oh dear. Alright. They're not messing around. Kid gloves are off. Alright, let's kind of crawl in here, maybe get a couple of shots off. And just kind of hide like this. Duck under with our awesome hat. It's only a shame that these turrets don't drop batteries. Though, there is a mod that I have not added, but apparently I probably should have, that actually lets you craft batteries, which would be nice, especially if you're, like, on land and need to charge up a little bit. Ooh. No, sir. There we go. That's the ticket. There we go. Good old soulless katana. Always there for us. Always there. Yeah, shield drone would actually probably be wise in this particular situation. We'll keep going as long as we can squeeze through. There we go. I mean, at the very least. There we go. That's the good stuff. Alright. I like the banner. That's a cool banner. Very nice. There we go. That's the good damage. Just fight the good fight. It all will come together in due course. There we go. Nifty. Though this is actually almost down. Let's see. We have codexes. The Rebel Conquest. Let's see what their story is. Who are the Human Rebels? The Human Rebellion is an organization consisting mainly of former United System and other military parties, such as the Russian Federation, joined into one military force, fighting against the Protectorate in the name of Old Earth. The rebels' goals are simple: regain the lost territories of the Human Empire, and restore the pre-Protectorate government, democracy. You know, though technically I think, well, there's an argument about that, but I'm pretty sure the Grand Protector is democratically elected. Probably within the Protectorate itself or something, but anyway. The purpose of the rebellion isn't evil or malicious. Their main purpose is to regain the lost territories, expand their bases of operation, and avoid war with any of the other factions, as the rebels only have two inherent enemies: the Loyalist forces and the United Socialist Systems Republic. Loyalist propaganda suggests that the rebels fight against peace between all species and prefer a war-torn galaxy. This is wholly incorrect, as the rebellion fight the Protectorate, who directly oppose the rebels. Let's see, what's this? Any way to repair your mech? Not in vanilla. There are a couple of mods that let you craft batteries and other stuff of that nature to repair your mech. And it's actually kind of a shame there's not a proper tool to repair your mech, because you can bring your mech down to planets, and enemies on planets don't drop batteries, so it's kind of like you're on a time limit. The rebels are currently expanding their operations across the galaxy, claiming uh-oh, someone's coming over there. Planets and building space fleets. As said before, the rebels don't wish to instigate a war, nor do they believe humanity is superior. They fight against the Protectorate's ideology of a government. Another fact is that the rebellion acts similar to 21st century Earth military, paying their troops and issuing tour of duties to soldiers to be sent to the front lines in the fight against the Protectorate. The average rebel soldier carries 54 kilograms worth of equipment into battle, which contain items such as sleeping bags, rations, tools, and possibly other more advanced equipment, such as night vision goggles or even FLIR, FLIR. Not quite sure what that means. Rebel troop survivability seems to be a relatively high priority. The rebellion also accepts non-humans and people not directly engaged in their conflict to join the rebellion and still receive the benefits of a full pay, although they go through a 3-month scanning process to ensure they're not a Protectorate spy. The rebellion also has fully restored pre-Protectorate society on parts of planet Mars and various refugee camps throughout the galaxy. So the general idea of this mod is to add, or to kind of make the Protectorate as not bad, or not the Protectorate, the USCM is not bad guys or anything, but I guess it's people who just have a very conflicting ideology on what's right for planet Earth, I suppose. Interesting indeed. And let's see, what's this? Thunder Cookie made a custom weapon that heals mechs. Ah. Makes sense. I mean, it's kind of a shame, though, still, that stuff like that was not just in vanilla to begin with, because you'd figure that would be very kind of standard. But still, good to know that it is something that can be done, in fact. Alright, what else do we have here? Got ourselves... Actually, hang on. We did pick up stuff in there. We picked up these military dog tags, memory of those that served and died. And this ID card, generic ID card for USCM personnel. Not entirely sure what good these will do us just yet, but we shall no doubt see soon enough. What do we have over here? Also, I really appreciate that this mod actually lets you see that the cruisers and stuff are actually, like, unique things, and not, you know, they're not just hidden in with the friendly ships and stuff. This USCM ship is part of a mod, so it's not canon, but it sort of adds a bit more lore and gives the USCM a bit more depth, as it were. Alrighty then. Plus, we're also looking at this modular XS Mechs mod while we're here, giving us, giving our Mechs legs. Very nice legs indeed, probably. And also great power. And we're also discussing the possibility of modding or just using admin commands to make some kind of weapon that would shoot out batteries to recharge your mech with, seeing as mechs are pretty susceptible to taking damage, especially in land-based encounters where you might not have access to batteries, seeing as enemies that are not in space don't drop batteries for whatever reason, which is a touch unfortunate. Oh dear. Getting a little overwhelmed here, but we shall prevail, as we always do. There we go, that's the good stuff, mostly. Though, these guys are very fast, aren't they? Very fast, hard to avoid. I've always figured the Theta mech kind of looked like Metal Gear Rex, personally. All we're missing is a ray, and we'll have the whole set. Or possibly get a gecko in there, maybe. Why not? Alright, what? Yeah, good job bouncing into that. Ooh, this is a moderately large asteroid, though unfortunately it doesn't look like there's anything new or exciting in there. Though it's been a while since we've actually really just kind of wandered around on land, so maybe we should dive down onto a planet and see what's going on down there. Alright then, let's see. What would be a good planet? What planets are there? We've got this. We have this planet, which looks like some kind of frozen world, maybe. And what is this? A signal jamming activity, also part of the United Systems expansion. So we'll have to check that out later, assuming it's still here. Once we have explored. What do we got here? We have a moon. We have another moon. We have an orbiting system there. Ah, here's where we want to go. There we are. A lovely frozen planet. Also, apparently, my character is starving. Also, a tip that I'm kind of feeling embarrassed about having not realized before is apparently if you sort your inventory on food, it'll just collect all the rotten stuff in one place. It is very, very helpful indeed. Also, just a random note, in case anyone's wondering, sorry about this stream not permanently items floating around us, for the stream being a day late. That was unfortunately unavoidable due to some stuff that came up. This is also probably going to be... how do I keep track of the systems? I check a bookmark on it if it's something that I consider interesting. Otherwise, I don't worry about it too much. Personally. what with the universe being more or less infinite and all. Got some star walls going on here again. Lovely, lovely star walls. Let's see here. Ooh, Vine Fist. That's always fun. And we're getting ourselves some slightly higher level bandage type things here. Probably want to sort all that properly later, but for now, we'll just kind of keep on going. Actually, I should look into this whole making a gun that can shoot batteries or something to recharge my mech, because that would actually be very useful, because in addition to losing energy when you get hit and when you fire, you also lose energy just by being in your mech passively, which is a tad bit unfortunate. Also, if I can get a bit of open space to do so... Hey there. No, maybe this one doesn't do it, but some of the excess mechs, if you double tap the direction button, you can actually get a charge move going there, which is pretty cool. But not on the Theta, it would seem. At least not with the build we've got going here so far. Am I killing the poor little crystal thing? Or crystal thing? It deserves better. To be honest, as they are now, mechs, they're not bad, especially if you have like a mech with a good legs that can like really jump. They're pretty decent for exploring. But the big problem is that you can't recharge them on planets without resorting to mods or admin command created items. Which is a tad bit unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. There we go. Also acquiring all kinds of little items from various mods here. Lovely little underground base here. I mean, this is not anything particularly new as of yet. That I have not seen, but a penguin snow globe. I've never seen that before, so that's pretty cool. Of course, Fashionbound dictates we have to put on that Cyclops mask that we just found. There we are. There's the good stuff. Oh, you know what? I didn't even notice this snowman here. Hello, friends. I mean, I just murdered that snowman. I feel kind of bad about it. But I'm sure the snowman can be reborn. We can make him again. He can come back to life. Also, I think we got a new hat, so I guess we have to switch over to using that now, because that's the most recently unlocked clothing item. I mean, the Theta mech is a little bit slow for exploring with, but still good. Still very good indeed. I mean, especially just given how it can pretty much just flatten everything. Without much difficulty, as it were. Not much difficulty at all. Yes. I did murder the poor snowman. Oh, hello. Well, well, well. So, man, I look like a hipster with that hat on. Anyway. Oh, everyone knows rocks don't have feelings. You can't kill a rock. That's not really fair to rocks, is it? Especially the ones that do have feelings. Alright. It's, you know what I love most about these mechs is that no fall damage. That's probably, like, the number 2 killer of me. Let's see. Thing with passive mobs would be hostile. Yeah, I've heard about that. I think, like, with passive mobs going hostile, if, something else attacks you, I believe that is a known and recognized... Is that an item sitting there? It is. You know what, let's just rebuild Frosty. I think Frosty deserves to come back to life. Let's put our hat back on here. Let's see. Where can I build Frosty anyway? Surely I don't have to build him at a workbench. That's just silly. Anyway, so, you know, just kind of flying along here, crushing these things. And plus, if I did have a drill arm, then we would be able to actually drill into the bowels of the earth. Indeed, you're right. Some rocks do have feelings. That is a good point. Especially if they have "the" in front of their name. That is a good thing to keep in mind. Oh, cool. I will look forward to that mod then. I'm not sure when the next community stream will be, to be honest with you. It'll be at some point. Like, they're not gonna be overly frequent, but I also do want to kind of in fact, make sure to have them from time to time. Seems right. But not in this particular case, because this stream's also gonna have to be a little bit shorter, mostly due to the same reasons that I had to delay yesterday's stream to today instead. And there goes our mech. So, alright, the free ride's over. Unfortunately. But I guess that's life. You can't have everything for free forever, I suppose. Hey there. Also, I suppose I should be using our, wait a minute. That's not the drill spear. Where'd my drill spear go? Let's see here. I know I had one. Ollie poker, shade coat. I probably threw it away at some point. Knowing me. I know myself too well. That's probably exactly what happened. Hello there, scientist friend. What do you have to say for yourself? Pretty cold. That is, I guess, kind of... I feel so slow now that I'm not in the mech. But, oh well. What do you have to sell, friend? Ah, the gold chest piece, which is kind of like the copper chest piece, except golden. I guess. We'll leave it behind for now. Favorite mod so far? Well, I've always got a soft spot in my heart for the XS mechs, even though I don't always use them. But as one of the first mods I played around with. I like Frackin' Universe for all the worlds it adds. And just any mod that adds new dungeons and stuff to explore. I always love those. Those are definitely my favorite kinds of mods. Alright, looks like we're in Frog Town. I always wonder about these frogs. Like, as you probably know if you've watched any of my Starbound series before, you know I give them, like, a bit of a backstory in my own headcanon that they are some kind of, you know, fallen empire kind of race that used to rule the galaxy, but have since kind of fallen on hard times, and these are just, very much devolved relic of what used to be of their once vast space empire. Yes. Also, I have made my usual mistake of forgetting to put a little marker down when we landed on this planet so that we know when we circumnavigated the place, but I know we have not as of yet. Also, we probably need to go and buy some chocolate bars or something so that we don't starve to death, or alternatively, yeah, there's a campfire right here and we have a bunch of rice on us. We can just cook up some rice. There we go. Or a couple of bits of rice, I guess. There we go. That'll at least keep us from starving for another 5 minutes at least. Yes. Yeah, the development of Starbound has been something. It'd be too easy if the game marked a spawn point for us. Plus, then that would just encourage me to be lazy and not bother marking the spawn point. Anyway, it looks like we have... Yeah, we've circumnavigated because we've got back to our Trink friends here. What do you have, anyway? They have some stuff. Various metals and things. We'll leave that for them. Let's see if that anomaly, that jamming signal, is still there. That way we can hopefully see what that has for us. In fact, it is in fact still there. Yes. Something actively jamming the signals in this area. Heavy concentrations of scrambled signals are being broadcast from here. Very interesting indeed. Let's see. Actually, with the right mods, you can recruit penguins and other species, and you can technically recruit an alpaca crew member with the job offer mod, but I think they lose their alpaca body, since technically the alpaca characters are actually just people in costumes, which is kind of funny. Just like the frogs. Let's see. Question. Ton of bricks or a ton of feathers? Ha ha ha, that's a trick question. They're both the same. A ton of bricks and a ton of feathers would be exactly equal. Actually, also, speaking of recruiting penguins, I don't think they quite turn out right either when you recruit them, because they're too small to fit in the uniforms. But having said that, if it was a bit earlier in the morning, you probably would have got that one over on me. But alas, I have had my breakfast, and thus my brain is active. Active and ready to go. Or at least as active as it possibly can be. As is usual for me anyway. Alright, so far no sign of whatever is jamming our signal, but it is probably not so far away. Oh right, that's right, you can hire penguins. Right, I'm thinking of if you try recruiting them with the job offer mod. Then they get the little suits on and yeah, they do. Oh, hello. What is this? It is a ship of some kind. A ship floating in the vast emptiness of space. Alone. Forgotten, possibly. Unless there's someone alive on here. Which is entirely possible. Actually, oh yeah, there we go. That's how we get in here. This is nifty. Hostile space stations, you say? That is also something to look forward to. I mean, when I wrapped up the Frackin' Universe series shortly before 1.3, I knew we would have to go back and visit it again at some point. And we probably will. Actually, once we get through the bulk of the Alephian Races content, we might just go ahead and turn on or re-add Frackin' Universe again. The main reason I turned it off for this, or for the Alephian Races playthrough, is just to make sure that we know what stuff is Alephian and what stuff is not, and just to make sure that we encounter that stuff and kind of have a bit of a focus there, and then we'll kind of come back to Frackin' Universe at a future time. I like the idea of hostile space stations, though. Just... Also, unless I'm mistaken, because I did briefly look at Frackin' Universe in 1.3, there's like some kind of avian warship or something as an encounter. I think. I didn't actually go to it. I just saw an avian warship flying around and thought to myself, hey, that kind of reminds me of the Goa'uld from, almost said Star Trek, from Stargate. Let's see here. Alright, let's check out this other signal jamming. See if they're the same thing. Or not. I try to always read the comments as best I can. Yeah. Incidentally, for any Stargate fans out there, did you know that they're actually basically rebooting it with a new movie franchise? Well, I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I like what Stargate became with the TV series and everything. But at the same time, I suppose it'll be interesting to see what the original vision was for it, because it's kind of a funny story with Stargate, isn't it? How it was a movie, And it was by, can't think of his name off the top of my head, but the same guy who directed, I believe, Independence Day. And for what, then, like, I think the studio went bankrupt or something, and then the rights got picked up by someone else, and they decided to make it into a TV series. And thus, the Stargate that we know and love kind of was born out of that, which is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. At the same time, the idea that it's getting rebooted is a little sad. But we shall see. Always good to give things a chance, I suppose, before writing them off. Let's see here. Oh, an avian pyramid in space. Cool. That definitely sounds like some kind of gold mothership or something. That is pretty nifty. Pretty nifty indeed. Alrighty then, let's see. What? Oh dear. Ooh, hello. It's a protectorate ship. And it's actually launching these little things. That is interesting. A protectorate fighter. I mean, that's interesting. It provides like an explanation for why these things are out here in the first place. Also of note, I should mention, is that the United Systems expansion mod, which we're kind of featuring here on the stream right now, it also has some missions of its own that it gives out, which we may or may not look at today, depending on how much time there is. All right, well, let's take out these defenses here and get an idea of what we can expect from a protectorate ship. It looks kind of like a somewhat more heavily equipped version of the Rebel ship, actually, which is interesting and kind of makes sense. I mean, considering the fact that they're both human in origin, they would naturally, presumably, have the same general weapon load out, if I were to guess. Barrage Mech mod, huh? Alright, we'll have to add that on the list of things to check out. Ooh, never steam whistle. I mean, we already got the steam whistle, so I guess I'm not too broken up about leaving that behind, but we shall see. Very interesting indeed. Alright, so let's see here. What else do we have? We have another Rebel light cruiser. And we've already explored one of those. Let's go over here. So I do kind of want to see some of the new dungeons that have been added in this United Systems expansion. Get an idea for that. Yeah, see how that one plays out for us. Since those dungeons... Oh, right. I keep forgetting that it's not just as simple as orbiting the planet. This is a frigid ocean. I can't imagine there's actually anything there. So let's go to a radioactive star. See what's there. Let's see. Hylotl station full of Hylotls that escaped from the Florin Hylotl War. Oh, that's cool. That actually kind of makes me think of how... well, actually, in a number of wars throughout history, there's been people who keep fighting long after officially the war ended. That's interesting. Though, technically, when it comes to the Hylotl and the Florin and that whole conflict, was there ever, like, an official war? And did it actually ever really end? Is my question. I ask that just on the grounds that you'd figure, or you could figure, that there's the possibility that they're still fighting one another. Maybe. Possibly. That's a barren world. There's nothing exciting here. Come on, give us a system that has something good around it. And there's gotta be something good. Let's see here. Not a stupid question at all. That is from the Challenge Accepted mod, which was actually created, funnily enough, because I commented on Challenge Doors once, and mod creator Low Fat Cow, I think I pronounced his name right, hopefully I pronounced his name right, actually made the mod in response to that. So now you have all kinds of nifty little or the ability to put challenge doors, pick them up, put them on your ship, put them anywhere else indeed. And yeah, I like it. It adds a very nice aesthetic, having a bunch of challenge doors that you can just visit at your leisure whenever you feel like visiting them. What is this? A cartilage gun. That's interesting. You know what? I'm gonna throw away these snowballs. We don't need those, and a cartilage gun is fun. Hey there. Wow, a viewer all the way from Russia. That is cool. It always really gets me when I like find out where some of the people watching my content are from. I've got pretty much a worldwide audience. In fact, looking at my analytics, there's even a couple of places that a couple of views from unknown location, which I always like to pretend is like from Antarctica or something. Just like some random person on some distant research base. I mean, I suppose that's theoretically possible. Also, we need more food. Right. Gotta work on that at some point in the not too distant future. Alright, so another human refugee camp, or campground. Mostly refugee camp, presumably. I should consider swapping out the legs of this, just so we can get the charge going on. I assume that's with legs, was it? Was it the Ronin legs that have the charge? I think that might be the case. In any case, it's pretty cool. Colorado, nice. Oh, wait a minute. This looks familiar. That little pirating, floating thingy. I'm just gonna kind of dig up their foundations a little so I can get under here. Australia, nice. Ah, we got ourselves an Avakin settlement of some kind here. That's always interesting. I think you're friendly, right? All right, he seems to be friendly towards us. That's always good. Today we are... Wait a minute. Is that it? Just a little Avakin settlement? Well, not even a settlement. Just like a... I guess a camp or something. Hunting parties going on somewhere. Today we are just playing a little bit of casual Starbound. Seeing what we can encounter. Also looking at a couple of 1.3 related mods. What is this? A bone door. Always nice. Alrighty then. Lots of bones. Kind of disturbing, really, just how many bones are lying around here. I mean, always makes you wonder. I mean, where are all these corpses coming from? Are the Fenneroks more than they appear? Are they not as friendly as they would have us think they are? The answer is apparently possibly yes. Oh, I'm sure we'll get some more modular-y stuff from the ZZ Mech mod as well at some point. Yep, there's lovely little mod, XS Mech's Modular Edition, which lets you build your own mech out of XS Mech's parts, which I think is pretty cool. Get a walk around in our Theta here. Very cool indeed. Ah, there we go. There's an Avakin. Oh, hang on a second. Let's help our friend here. Don't know how to make anything, naturally, just by default. Alright. Thank Radis, thank Titanius. I'm the one who saved your life, man. Alright, let's see here. You don't like my kind. Well, that's kind of racist. Don't like robots, huh? Or do you not like people who rummage through your stuff and steal everything you own? That's understandable. In the sense that they're both sandbox-type games where you can build and craft and stuff, there's a bit of similarity between Starbound and Terraria, but they are, in many ways, very different, whereas, what I often hear is that the difference between Starbound and Terraria is that Starbound is more focused on building and exploring, and that side of the game is, like, really good, whereas Terraria is a bit more focused on, like, the combat side of things and, like, fighting bosses and stuff of that general nature. Both are good in their own way, I should think. Actually, having played both, I can definitely say both are good in their own way. There we are. Get ourselves a little meal. Just a little bit. But yeah. Alright, now we got a little avian village. Hopefully you don't mind me coming in to visit, friend. There we go. And then, of course, I hear the intermediary, in a sense, between Starbound style and Terraria style is Planet Centauri, which is kind of like a hybrid between the two games. Just exploration right now. Yeah, I generally try not to carry too much food unless it's something like rice, which doesn't rot as long as you don't cook it. But, yeah. Our goal right now is mostly just looking for potential new dungeons and stuff from the various mods we have added. There does seem to be a pretty thriving civilization on this rock. A very interesting bit of civilization indeed. You kind of have to wonder, though, when I think about it, what these guys are making of me coming in this, like, heavily armed war machine and just kind of wandering through their quiet, peaceful village. Edge of Space, huh? I've heard of that game, but never played it, actually. All these merchants trying to hawk their wares to me. We'll get them in due course. And I suppose I could stop. What do you... Let's see here. Making a friend. Yeah, what the heck. I mean, I just have to walk over here. Oh, I don't have room for your note. I'll throw away these blocks. I'm not using them. Secret note. What does it say? Oh, right. I can't read it. Let's see. Confession. I want to draw you. Possibly like one of your French avian. Something like that. Blah, blah, blah. Get a bundle of some kind. Man, this is some real torrential downpour going on right here. Got the vibrant feather. At least I don't have to go very far for this quest. That's very nice. Everyone's just standing right here. Mercifully. There we go. Oh, and you want to become a crew member. I think I already have an avian crew member. But, alright. There you go. What do you got to give me? Uh-oh. A little bit of lag there for a second. Overall, nothing too bad. Ah, that's unfortunate. Regarding Edge of Space being discontinued. But I guess these things happen. Which is always a shame when you hear about that with, like, a promising indie project. When, yeah. I mean, sometimes it happens just due to circumstances, but it's always extra terrible when it happens if the developer is just basically like, ah, we got their money, that's good enough. Haven't really experienced any of that myself too much, but then again, I'm usually pretty cautious about investing in early access stuff myself. Favorite race in Starbound? Probably the glitch. I think. There's just something about them I find ever so endearing. Man, I feel powerful in this thing. I hear a lot of people, when it comes to the Nova Kit, are pretty divided about their ship design. I mean, on the one hand, the train design does make sense for them, given them their whole space cowboy kind of aesthetic. But it is very different in shape than all the other ships. In the sense that it is very, very long. Yes. At some point, not during this stream, but at some point, also chicken just fell from the sky. That's always a lovely gift. But, yes, at some point we will be able to recharge our mechs. And apparently the rain caused this stack of eyeballs to fall down. It's always disturbing when eyeballs start falling from the sky. But fortunately, we don't have too much to do about that. Or too much to worry about with that. We're not playing with Fracking Universe just now, so no falling eyeballs. Then again, the falling eyeballs in Fracking Universe never really seemed that harmful. They were fun. Or friendly-ish. Or falling eyeballs over there. This guy seems very upset about something. Squinting his eyes, staring. That would be actually really interesting if you could customize your ships a bit more. An optic nerve. Interesting. Well, that has an interesting effect, I guess. Now, if we just had an eyeball hat, we would probably... And I think there is an eyeball hat, so that would make a very nice thing. But yeah, having customizable ships would be very welcome indeed, I think. And consider... Ooh, hello. Considering the fact... Let's see. Statue is ancient, yet still in pristine condition. What's this liquid? Interesting. But, yeah. Slime. Okay. Very interesting. What are you, actually? But yeah, customizable ships would be... Ah, this is something from Leafian races. But yeah, it would be interesting to be able to customize your ships. And considering the fact that it was really implied... Wow, it was actually right next to us this whole time. But since it was really implied just by the fact that there are ships in 1.3, I mean, and there's blocks and stuff, it would be really nice if that option was added as just like a vanilla thing. Let's check out this light cruiser. Maybe there's something new here. Just light cruisers. That's okay. No ship battles. I know that's something... Like, Chucklefish hasn't confirmed that's something they're planning on working on, but I know it's something they said that they interested in. As a possibility at some point. Let's see here. Previous statement. Let's see. Go to a higher level planet, stress test your mech, or find some dungeons. Yes, sorry I missed that, but that would actually be a good idea to go up to a fiery star at some point. Probably next, I should think. I mean, a good stress test is actually just these United Systems ships, since they tend to be really, really powerful indeed. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Alright, what are we looking at today? Probably another barrage of guns, which is always kind of scary. But we shall see how that plays out for us. I mean, if we can survive one ship, we can survive them all. Oh dear. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Oh dear. Well, they're not quite as tough as the last ones we encountered. Oh dear. I also see the chat is scrolling by very rapidly off out of the corner of my eye, so we'll have to take a quick peek over there once we have killed all of these unfortunately nasty people who are intent on our death. Alright, what do we got over here? Let's see. Vanilla hulls and 6-10 hits. Logs. Gonna add ship v ship combat. I wouldn't rule out ship v ship combat yet, but I also wouldn't look forward to it just yet. So I know it's something that, when asked about, Chucklefish said that, you know, it would be interesting to do. So, you never know. We may see something with that someday. Alright, there we go. Give you a little stabby there. Still managed to get that out. I don't know if, oh, that does turn stuff on. Didn't even notice that stuff going on there. That is definitely something, more mods that would expand the story, that I would very much welcome. since I think just the existing lore in Starbound is very... Oh dear. Please don't die. Not like that. Not like this. Very interesting. And would be nice to see. If you're interested in alt intro missions, I know at the very least the Felon mod adds an alternate intro, which is actually really cool. It even has a playable arcade machine, which is also very cool indeed. I always meant to go and grab that so I could add it to one of my colonies or something. But yes, more lore for Starbound would always be welcome. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of vaguely implied at and hinted at. That, I mean, some of that stuff probably should stay, like some of the stuff that's only hinted at should probably stay only hinted at, but more stuff to build on what we have and to help continue fleshing out the universe would always be welcome. A Starbound animated series, you say? That would be interesting, actually. I wonder what I can do with these dog tags, if anything. I have to assume they exist for a reason. That we may get something out of them one day. Let's see, is this something new? Arise from the ashes. Man, I really need to stick some stuff in my ship locker or something. Got too much stuff there. There we go. Let's see. Lore just needs more fleshing, more encounters. I mean, as we've discussed many times in previous streams and Modded Tech, specifically the mech, yes, that is from Modular XS Mechs, or XS Mechs Modular Edition. And also, before we move on, I better remember to tuck everything away. There we go. That'll give us a bit more space to play around with. There we go. That's the good stuff. And let's have a look at what we have right here with this other new codex. Assuming I didn't accidentally just throw it away. I did not. Excellent. Let's see. For years, the colonial marines have stood guard at humanity's door, protecting our species and preventing our own extinction. The United Systems prevented the Florins from invading our homeworld. We stopped the avian genocide. We convinced the Mini-Nog to leave us. And finally, we now fight for the freedom of our own species from a traitor within our ranks. The Loyalists, traitors of humanity, have run with their tails between their legs to fight for the Protectorate. They're cowards who aren't willing to return humanity to its true former self of democracy, nations, and politics. It definitely makes sense to me that, like, the whole Protectorate would not have gone all peacefully, just given the fact that there's people today who think the idea of a united single Earth government would be horrible. Anyway, where were we? Humanity is a jewel in a desert. The diversity of countries allows humanity to have more freedom in decisions. Under an old Earth rule, humanity can't be blamed for the actions of a few. When the Protectorate seized control of Earth, humanity became one big target to blame, as there was only one singular leader. Once the war began, another faction rose out of the heroes that shed their lives for democracy. The corporate military stole the valor of the USCM, stealing the acronym and becoming their own military. This wannabe faction hides itself under the USCM. When the reality is that, like any other corporation, power and money is their true motivation, clearly. The United Systems Rebellion fights for freedom of humanity, yet the corporation acts like us. It was only after the dreadful event that Earth was destroyed by a large organism identified as TP-001. The corporate military began to struggle, suffering from mutinies and bandit raids due to their lack of proper weaponry, unlike the Rebellion. That is when we, the Rebellion, stood up for what it meant to be human. The corporate military eventually disbanded, leaving only 3 human military factions left: the Rebellion, the Loyalists, and the Protectorate remnants of an age long gone. We'll fight on the beaches, we'll fight in the air, we'll fight in the fields with growing confidence. Wherever it may be, we will never surrender to the totalitarians. It is actually an interesting alternate look at the Protectorate when you think about it, seeing the Protectorate as some kind of autocracy rather than sort of like futuristic space UN or Federation kind of idea. Anyway, also missed a couple of comments here. Let's see. Stress test. A lot of omitted text for dialogue between the NPCs. Starbound animated series. Codex. Ancient race. Yeah, I suppose the ancient race makes sense to leave them not revealed. and things, but I would like to see more of the builders, like more runes that you could find on planets and stuff. But the idea that just their vaults remained is also nice. I assume the avian genocide speaks of, like, the fact that, the, like, most fanatical members of Kluax do kinda, they murder non-believers outright without any regard for their feelings and such. Also, it occurs to me we need to plop down our campfire again. Let's see here. And yes, the codex is actually modded, so you can add it to your own personal headcanon or discard it as you see fit. A little bit of food there. Oh, good. Oculemon. Delicious. Alrighty then. Let's take this and explore. Though we shall probably be wrapping the stream up soon, as I have to go take care of various things, which I'll probably talk about in more detail as they become, I guess, closer. Closer to being imminently important or something. Something like that. Basically just I've got some real-world busyness stuff going on. But yeah, speaking of the avians and so forth, it would be very interesting to think, or to see, just like with all the other races, just more like what's going on with them, as it were, such as can we because I think the best way to kind of look at the vanilla story in Starbound is sort of like a brief kind of like tourist, not tourist, like a very brief and quick kind of look, a preview, if you will, of what you can expect. Also, apparently, next temperature control systems are failing evacuative. Oh, alright, apparently it's not invincible, but just it's a quick look at the various races, and their various problems are actually still, like, very much a thing. Like, Big Ape, the Mini Nog, that's still something that's going to trouble the Apex people for a long time to come, no doubt. And the Avian still have their Kluax death cults going on. The Hylotl are still without a home world as a result of Florins. The Florins are still going around. I mean, the Florins are basically probably the only race that's completely happy with things as they are, because they're still going around stabbing things and just having fun, wandering the great beyond. Let's see. Ooh, hello. You are not friendly, are you? Now, this looks like one of those runes we found when we were exploring before. I don't have room. Wait. Ah, this is a crafting tool. I'll just throw away this battery. We probably don't need that. Alright, we got ourselves a little something to explore here. That's always interesting. What is this? Console functions after aeons of disuse. But what does it function as? I guess it's just decorative, I suppose. Let's kind of crouch under that. Oh yeah, the glitch are doing fine now, I suppose, as well, when you think about it. They're... when you have the awakened, liberated glitch, and then you have the ones who are blissfully unaware of their status as the long forgotten experiment of some now dead, presumably, race. There we go. And of course the Nova Kid, they're fine as well. As far as we can tell, the Nova Kid don't have any problems. They're just space nomads going around having a good time. But yeah, humans, oh, speaking of the Nova Kid. But yeah, humans are an endangered species now. At least as long as you follow the notion, or subscribe to the notion that like 99% of humanity was on Earth at the time of its destruction, or, you know, just some other large percentage. You know what, let's do a quest for a Nova Kid. Dark Nights, Underground Cavern. Yeah, sure, I can check that out. That sounds like fun. Might as well help them out as best we can. Maybe we'll get a... oh, hello there. Might get ourselves a little Nova Kid crew member to join our merry band of misfits. Always possible. Alright, this is actually a very... I feel like we could make much better time if we actually hopped out of this. We shall see. Oh dear. Come on. Come on. You know what? I don't have time for you, thingy. Whatever your name is. Yep. And there we go. Now, where is this cave? Ah, here we go. Now, I mean, I kind of wish I'd brought my mech. That would give us a bit of an easier time. Almost wish I had the downward strike from Dead Cells there to take these guys out. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. And we also get some fire balloons, apparently. That's definitely something to be interested in. A hostile Nova Kid camp, really? I have never seen a hostile Nova Kid before, unless hostile bandits, maybe? Maybe I have seen them. Oh dear. That was less than ideal. Yeah, I recall seeing the, like, really early intro stuff for the various races as like an intro cinematic before the idea of having everyone be part of the Protectorate was added. They were interesting. Don't close the door on my face, guys. That's not very nice. Alright. Would you like to become a crew member? No. That's kind of sad. That saddens me. Yeah. Very much a shame of that. I would have loved to have a crew member. Oh look, there's a Nova Kid bandit right there in prison. Interesting. Wonder what he did, or she did, possibly. Oh right, are there codexes really in Nova Kid settlements? I think there are, but I don't really recall there being. I think the only one I've really seen is the never invited Nova Kid for tea thing, because I know the Nova Kid, part of their lore, they apparently don't write anything down. But, on the other hand, there could be something in here. There's a safe, after all. Nothing too exciting there. Might take this piece of art with me, though. I'm sure they won't miss it. Probably not. There we go. Ah, lovely. It does occur to me, the fact that some of this stuff is made of wood, I mean, it's not all wood, but it's always weird when you run across one of those, like, just any wooden structure in, or on a higher tier fiery planet, and then they get all mad at you for apparently destroying their stuff. Am I playing hacky sack with that little tiny bird thing? I feel kind of bad for it now. Then the fire rain starts and everything dies. It's very sad. Very sad indeed. There's an oogler. Those guys are always interesting. They just kind of sit there, they stare at you, and then they scream and murder your face off. Always fun. But as you could see, it was clearly intimidated because we were in a bigger mech. At least that's how I choose to interpret life. Alrighty then. Idea for expanding the story, you say? I'm always up to hearing such things. That's always a good thing in my opinion. Never can have too much story. Alright. Well, this is an interesting planet, I have to say. The whole, like, spike pits and death stuff kinda fit the whole, I guess, theme we've got going on here. Of this being like a hellish world of death and misery and despair. But, so far so good, I guess. Just, these are Florin that we're fighting, right? pretty sure those are Florin. These masked people wearing the skulls of their defeated foes. Florin tribals who are all seeking our death and despair. Hello, it's a family of ooglers out for a stroll. Who I am... Alright, you know what? You can live. I murdered your friends or something, I guess. I mean, you probably didn't deserve it, but, ooh, we have a flute now. Flutes are always fun. That was a terrible placement for that, but... Alright, things still kind of worked out. That's all that matters to me at the end of the day. If things work out, we are good. Aha, there's a Fire Lord chest down there. Or some kind of fiery thing. Do I dare go down for it? Probably not. Ah, there we go. We'll just kind of lightly explore. Actually, I think we've circumnavigated the planet more or less. Okay, never mind. Oh, you're a Apex village. Alright, so we have a Nova Kid village, an Apex town. I mean, interesting. That's... Any tips for defeating Big Ape? Guns. Lots of guns. I know that's terrible advice, really. But, having a good distance weapon, I find, anything that can fire reasonable projectiles is good for fighting old Big Ape. Also, if you have any mods that add mechs, those are also good. If you can get them in. Just squeeze them in, they'll take care of all your troubles for you. Let's see. Personally, my favorite weapon to run around with is usually some kind of spear. Just because I like having the rocket spear, or now in 1.3, the drill spear ability, because if you're on a lower gravity world, you can fly. Flying is always nice. I do enjoy flying. Deliver this note to some guy. Alright, I suppose I can do that. Is it raining fire? It appears to be raining fire. That's... No, this is fine. This is completely fine. I mean, I guess that's okay. Alright, ask for it back. You can have your things. Alright, I'm hoping to get some kind of Apex friend out of this. That would be nice. Okay, you dropped some stuff. You failed to win someone's favor. Oh, because I dropped... Oh, God. No, don't attack me! It's not my fault you built your house out of wood. I didn't choose to build it that way. You built it out of wood. Your death is on your head, damn it. It saddens me. That greatly saddened me. Indeed. That poor village. Anyway, I looked down at my time here, and I actually need to wrap up this stream. As business calls. Wait, each projector heals? Really? I did not know that. That is actually good to know. I never actually really paid attention to the finer mechanics of the Big Ape battle. Just that he could be a pretty difficult enemy just with the some of the bullet spam he could throw out there. But all right, so I think that's where we're gonna wrap things up for this particular stream. We'll have to get a meal here, but yes, look forward to more Starbound a little bit later today. Not on stream, but just in video form. And until then, thank you all for watching. Happy to have you all come out, and I will see you all next time.